Hello, all my lovelies. Welcome to June. We've officially made it to halfway mark of 2020. Good news is that it's looking to kind of step up here in the quality of life department within June and July. So for most of you, I know that is a really, actually I think for everybody, that's a very exciting piece of news. I am sure prepared and ready for some changes to take place. It's been a pretty interesting 6 months, but this particular reading is going to be focusing around the summer solstice and what that's going to bring in for you, as well as I want to review how it's going to affect you overall, the main goals that you need to be aware of and focusing on, as well as how it's going to affect your love and your money. Now, it's been an interesting energy. A lot of people have been having trouble with all sorts of uncomfortable things when it comes to this last new moon. There's a lot of release with energy. There's been some communication challenges, whether that's your own words coming out. I have been struggling with getting like sentences out recently. And there's also been a lot of emotional closures, a lot of movement towards unfamiliar territory and really kind of building yourself up to be able to deal with those situations in a different way, being tested to not go in a cycle from the past but to grow into something new. And there has also been some issues with closing ends that need to be closed and some addiction problems. A lot of people have been drinking a little bit more, trying to release some of those addictions, a lot more mental thought on your health and what you're bringing into your body. All of those types of self-awareness type aspects are really being focused on through May and into June. So we've also got things developing in a very positive route. Okay, so all that might be a little bit more daunting, but on the positive side, things that you've been planting seeds with, whether there's just been mentally, you've been manifesting, or you've been waiting for things to just kind of develop and roll forward, June and July starts to take place with all of that. June's more prepping, and July is really more of an initiation month from what I've seen doing readings for others when we look forward in the future a little bit. It's been very consistent. So we're going to take a look at those aspects. I hope all of you have been doing very well, and if you are interested in looking at your personal situation, let me know. All my information is down below. I have a 50% off sale going on right now. All of my information about the manifestation class is down there, as well as how to book a reading. Okay, so general reading, guys, take what fits and leave the rest. Let's take a look at how things are going for you. All right, and love and money, come back here. You guys have had an interesting few months worth of readings. It's been pretty intense, I gotta admit. So personally, we've got Justice, we've got the Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. Nice. So finally some balance taking place, some karmic reward and some justice, okay? This is in general areas of your life. The summer solstice, the new moon, things that you've been releasing, all of this healing taking place. It's addressing justifying areas in your life that need a karmic reward, that need to be balanced in your life, okay? You've been doing a lot of self-work. You've been doing a lot of work with the people in your life, trying to discern intentions, you know, where they belong and what to do about that, how to approach a situation with your own, you know, choices. So I'm seeing this adjusted action has been to seek your own route when it came to the aspects that bring inspiration to you, that also have fulfillment in the areas of relationship, of self, of loving yourself. You've been asked for quite some time to kind of go in a different direction with things, where you had to do it on your own, I guess is the best way I can put it. There was no support with that. You couldn't just go off and find your way with all of these different options. It was, you only had one constant what am I trying to say? You had one constant focal point for the last so often, for the last umpteen months, whatever it is. That you've been very solo with in support. You haven't had a lot of understanding, let's say, from those around you, from the people that you confide in or need that emotional support from. So it's been very lonesome, very solo act here. And this is saying that that is getting ready to end, that you are because the reason I say that is because this suggested action is to continue to maintain that, so that you can seek through all of the illusions. And when those illusions are actually put on the table and addressed, at that point, then you will no longer be in that solo position, okay? And it comes when you put your foot down, about long-term goals, about wanting something that is going to last, and not wanting anything less than that. And I don't mean just saying it, I mean like making that decision that this is what this new moon is meant for you. It's a little bit more deep for you, dear, because your situation's been interesting, because you have so much energy on the other side of things that you try to help with, but you're so focused on what you have going on that it's very hard to relate to others sometimes. I have a different message too for somebody, because this card did come out in reverse, and the way that these are reading, I'm also picking up for some of the Saggies out there. There's somebody around that is wanting your attention more than you've been giving it. Now it's going to be different for those of you, because some of them are not positive energies. They're more draining, and others of you, these are loved ones. These are people who are seeking your attention and your energy because it's healing for them, because it's just a part of their world. And because you've been so busy and you've been kind of solo acting life for a while, you're kind of out of reach. And there's an illusion here that maybe is wrong, but that's the impression that's been given to somebody else that cares about you, and they're waiting for you to deliver this, peace that goes to the long-term journey. It's an experience within a lifetime of memories. It's just, it might not seem like a big deal to you, but it actually is a part of somebody else's well-being to have that energy exchange. So just make sure that you're giving energies out equally. You want to make sure you're being taken care of, and that you're putting the energies out to the things that are important to you and those around you. So you don't want to just be working your ass off constantly and not giving attention to those around you, because what's the point of working your ass off if the people that you care about aren't even getting any piece of you, right? But what's the point? That just takes away all the quality of life anyway. So make sure you're balancing that the best you can. It's not always the easiest thing to do, especially if you're a full-time worker, but there are ways of balancing time, even if it's just individual dates with the people that you care about every so often, Now, when it comes to money here, it looks like we've got some complications at work. Like some things aren't exactly going in the route that you would like them to go. And suggested action is to maybe surrender to the situation and seek another route. Okay, that is a possible situation taking place. Queen of Swords in reverse is talking about not trusting somebody, or there's been some criticism or some critical thinking that's taken place that's kind of helped push your idea that this is not working. And like, rather than there being constructive communication, I do feel like it's been unnecessarily kind of bitter. And I think that has something to do with just what's been going on, but it doesn't make it any more right, though. Yeah. Or this could be you also that didn't take the news very well and had some not so nice things to say and could have been pretty heated. It could have been a pretty domineering little moment there. Or maybe that's how you're feeling now. Maybe you were kosher there and held yourself, professionally, but You are not feeling so hot about things at the moment. And for others of you, it's more you're sensing that shifts are getting ready to take place. Okay, suggested action and where it's headed. Alright, so where it's headed is got the Chariot card is where it's headed. Suggested action is to nurture the situation and this Tower moment because it's meant to bring something bigger your way. Okay, so whatever this is, work smarter than harder. This is taking place to shift, to bring you into a new cycle of something. Okay, nurture whatever's going on, nurture yourself, take care of yourself, get as much rest as you can, try to discern through the pieces accordingly, and know that something big is getting ready to come your way. So it was going to have to take a pretty hefty situation just to get you out of there, so that you could be available for the next thing to come around, okay? All right, let's take a peek at life, love, and money. So life, freedom. You're releasing any self-imposed restrictions or perceived limitations through the loving openness, the loving energy of openness. Excuse me. So let's go back your cards. I can take a peek at them. Yeah, in general, you're okay with allowing yourself to be in a place where new things can come along. However, the best thing that you can do is release any restrictions that are excuses, or other people's reasonings, bad influences, anything that's stopping you from moving forward in growth or in ways that make you happy. Address that. In love, we've got priorities. You understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations. So this is an important aspect when it's coming to the people who are important in your life, who want your attention, and who want to have a moment of experience with you. Make sure you are approaching those and respecting that accordingly. And release. You have the ability to give over unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe. So for in money, you're giving over everything that doesn't make sense, that's unclear, that's confusing, that's painful, whatever it is. You're giving it over to the universe because you know they have your back and they're giving you something or producing something much bigger and better for you. Okay? If you guys have any questions about your situation or need any private information, let me know. All the information on how to book a session is below. Otherwise, I hope that helps. Much love to you guys. Have a great month.